As I promised, guys, we are reviewing a few more of NF's songs that I have not listened to yet. Reviewed Intro 3, which I had done a couple of years back, but I haven't listened to in a minute, and I felt like it was so necessary to revisit that and get back into that mindset as we prepare for NF's new release EP called Fear. But there are a couple of other songs by NF I have not seen or heard at all that I wanted to review. You guys have been helpful in my NF Journey highlights compilation that I put out recently. You guys were helpful in the comments to tell me a couple of more that I've missed, and that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to check out Let Me Go, NF Let Me Go, and see how that might be helpful as we're preparing for Fear. What or who is asking to be let go? Think we're going to see some black balloons in the new release? Click like if you think so. I love how every track is different. How does he keep doing that?
Talk to you with my hands tied. Walk toward you on a fine line. Everybody has a dark side. I feel embarrassed when they see mine. Rain falling from my dark skies. Clouds parting, but it's all lies. Shouldn't I see the sunshine now? Wonder how I look in God's eyes. Am I a good person or a lost one? Will this feel worth it when I'm all done? Will I feel ashamed of like who I was? Will the pain vanish or will more come? Will I stay numb or regain love? Maybe someday have a taste of freedom. Will I take the poison out of my blood or just leave it there inside of my lungs? I know, no, I should let you go. Hands are feeling cold, just leave me alone. No, I just want control. I feel so exposed. Liars in my home. No, please do not provoke. Noose around my soul. I cut down the rope. They don't want me happy. They don't want me fixed. They don't want me better. They just want me broke.
You guys, They Don't Want Me Happy, released in 2019. And then his song Happy, which was put out 2023. They Don't Want Me Happy. Not that feel like that could sound like other people around him, those liars and the enemies in his own house, or his own mind, right? They, as in fear, anger, the different parts of the mansion. They Don't Want Me Happy, which was a foreshadowing to Happy, which came out in 2023. This is nuts. This is nuts. My gosh.
But never listen, at least I admit it. Block out all my vision, watching me diminish. That's my favorite pastime, I know nothing different. Tell me something different, I don't see the difference. I just feel offended, I just feel defensive. Why don't you accept me? I just need acceptance. Time is of the essence, don't like how we spend it. You just want perfection, I need you to let me. Let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Why'd you say I don't belong here, huh? Fill a bucket full of my tears, huh? Pour it out the water, all of my insecurities whenever I'm scared. I watch them grow and say I don't care.
Guys, are you hearing all these references to fear? Foreshadowing years ago what was to come with Happy. But even now, ties to, this feels like, how do you plan all this? Or does he just keep going back and finding new inspiration for the current ones? It almost feels like divine, like the way it's all connected. It's just brilliant. I mean, come on. But speaking about insecurities and I'm being scared, right? All kinds of synonyms for fear. Like I said in my, when we were revisiting Intro 3, fear is not just being timid and I want to hide behind the bushes, right? Fear is not just, I can't do this. Fear can rage and sound like anger. Fear is often behind a lot of other emotions, pride, envy, anger, like I said, where you look deeper and it's fear. Insecurities are fear. Feeling scared is fear. It's not just, okay, the lion kind of scares me or the hot stove and the fire scares me. Some fear can be beneficial, right? But then a lot of us also know fear that is paralyzing, that is traumatic on different scales, anywhere from people who struggle with paranoia to the scariness of a mind that is tormented by obsessive compulsive disorders to a mind that knows anxiety. And I don't just mean I feel a little stressed and anxious. I mean people that are going through life with a constant Oh, you guys, with a constant angst inside, like they're waiting for the shoe to drop, or they just can't believe anything good could happen. Always wondering what's going to break through the doors, either come out of the room they don't want it to come out of or break into the mansion of their mind. Come on, people.
Why'd you say I don't belong here? Huh? Fill a bucket full of my tears. Huh? Pour it out the water, all of my insecurities.
Like
whenever I'm scared, I watch them grow and say I don't care. I pray to God to ask if hope's real. And if it isn't, I was thinking.
I ask and see if hope's real. Foreshadowing hope. Oh my gosh, get out of here, Nate.
Maybe you could introduce us, we ain't met still. Yeah, my chest feels like.
And the cadence flow. Sorry, I know I'm talking a lot about the lyrics and the psychology behind it and the therapeutic element. But guys, can we talk about his rap skills for a second? Homeboy can rap. This is not just good rhyming. This is not eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This is not just kumpa, toompa, doom, boom, choom. There's a literary art, wordsmithery to how he raps. And the cadence flow. I mean, he just keeps switching it up on us. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm scared. I watch them grow and say I don't care. I pray to God to ask if hope's real. And if it isn't, I was thinking maybe you could introduce us. We ain't met still. Yeah, my chest feels like a blade's in it. Who put it there? I think they did it. Out the cell now. Where am I headed? Am I hellbound? Will I find heaven? Will I feel better or just regret it? If I let you go and find the 7 letters I've been looking for, it's like it's never ending. Open all the doors and let the peace enter. I'm so pitiful at times, miserable inside. They want me to hide. No. How can I survive? Change the state of mind. I should say goodbye. No. They want me to beg. They want me to plead. They want me to die. They just want me dead. They just want me hurt. Don't want me to live. Don't want me alive. Stop with the pretending. I don't feel respected. I just feel rejected. I don't like rejection. You promise protection. I don't feel protected. I just feel neglected. How can I respect it? I'll teach them a lesson. I pick up the weapon. Aim in your direction. Shoot at my reflection. Shatter my perception. Hate it when I'm desperate. You just want perfection. I want you to let me. Let me go, let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go.
Tracks. Almost sounds like wailing, like crying. You feel weary. Beautiful, these strings right now. That was beautiful. That composition track was legendary. You know, I love how there's still so much emotion, passion in his rapping and the anger. But as he's singing softly, Let Me Go, it sounds like a tired, weary plea. And it puts me at the verge of tears because I think of a dear friend of mine who has struggled with OCD in her life, obsessive compulsive disorder. And again, I don't mean you like your pencils in a certain order. We're not talking about perfectionism or liking order and cleanliness. We're talking about obsessive compulsive thoughts and behaviors where a person, and I've struggled with this in parts of my life where I had a hard time breaking myself away from the stove or putting my whole body against the fridge, especially in my teenage years, out of fear that if I don't make sure the fridge is closed, it'll open, the electricity will run high, the bill will run high, it'll be my fault. Or if I don't check that this oven is off, the stove is off, my mind would play tricks on me. And now I'm picturing the house going up in flames or my siblings getting hurt and it's my fault. And so these thoughts would come in. I would go back to check and check and check. And it would take quite a while for me to be present enough to convince my mind it is off, Rosalie. It says off. And I have a friend who, and I know many of you do too, where the mind will play tricks. And I remember having a conversation with her where I told her some of the intrusive thoughts that have come into my mind because they're more common than we realize. And she broke down crying because she had never had anyone else tell her, oh, me too. Like I've had crazy, perverted, sick, worrisome thoughts that just randomly would pop in my head in various situations. And that can come from anywhere. That can just be our mind playing tricks. That could be our subconscious remembering a crazy movie or scene we've seen, or our news article that we've, thought about. Our mind will play tricks on us and we'll go, oh my gosh, I would never do this though, right? And we start questioning our own sanity, our own humanity, our own perfectionism. We feel broken, like something's wrong with us. I can assure you, honey, there are so many people in this world who have had crazy thoughts. It is very human for our mind to be curious, to wonder, for us to be holding a kitchen knife and wondering what would happen if I, did this or that. And I think we don't talk about those things enough. We don't talk about the battlefield of the mind or how lonely the mansion can be. We don't talk about how human it is to have crazy thoughts because we don't want to be called crazy. We don't want to be looked at as broken. And I think a lot of times, while there are actual disorders in the mind, chemical imbalances, and people who have hallucinations and see and hear things that aren't there, and they become a danger to themselves and others and need medication, therapy, or even be put in a secure facility where they can be cared for. While those things exist, there's also a whole lot of people who, on a day to day, are being fooled and tormented by their brain. Anger, anxiety, fear, and obsessive compulsive thoughts, and just I'm using OCD as an example, but there's many disorders and many pains that ail humanity, where we feel so weary and we just want to say, let me go, please let me go. It's this longing to say, I need peace, I want peace. Powerful song, and I think it's really good that we reviewed this together as we're gearing up for fear. I got one more that I want to check out with you together that I feel is going to be important as we're preparing for this new release. So stay tuned for that. Please subscribe here. Obviously, go support our boy NF, and let me know in the comments what you are most excited about for this new track. Thank you for being on this ride with me.